By the time many of us reach our 60s, our eyes and brain have already been quietly changing for years. Protective pigments in the eyes slowly fade, and the brain can begin to lose a small amount of volume with each passing decade. These aren't guesses, they're findings from long-term aging research. What's surprising is that no one really prepares us for this. No one gently explains that the retina becomes more fragile, or that memory may not feel as sharp as it once did, not suddenly, but little by little. Here's the comforting part. Much of what we experience isn't simply because of age. It often comes down to something very basic: nourishment. Over the years, our eyes and brain stop receiving certain nutrients they quietly depend on. Today, I want to talk about one of the most overlooked of those nutrients, lutein. Many people think of it only as an eye nutrient, but it does much more than that. Lutein is actually part of the structure of the retina and brain tissue itself. It helps protect what's still strong and supports gentle repair over time. What's concerning is that most older adults aren't getting enough of it anymore. Not because it's rare, but because many of the foods that naturally contain lutein slowly disappeared from our plates. Foods like egg yolks, leafy greens, peppers, and corn were misunderstood or avoided for years. The good news? That's something we can change, starting now. If you're new here, welcome to Vital Health. This channel is for anyone who wants to care for their vision, support their memory, and feel more confident about aging. If that sounds like you, consider subscribing, so you don't miss the simple things that often go unmentioned. In this video, I'll share 4 everyday foods rich in lutein that can help slow age-related brain and eye decline, and gently support your body's natural repair process. They're not expensive or hard to find. In fact, you may already have them in your kitchen. Let's begin with a simple leafy green that many of us quietly stopped eating over the years, but one that can still offer remarkable support to your eyes and your mind. Kale isn't just another vegetable. In many ways, it works like nourishment your body recognizes and knows how to use. Just 1 raw cup of kale naturally contains a rich amount of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 plant nutrients your eyes and brain rely on more and more after 60. At this stage of life, these nutrients aren't a bonus. They become part of basic maintenance. Let's talk about vision first. As we age, the retina, the delicate layer at the back of the eye, slowly becomes thinner and more sensitive. Research has shown that lutein concentrates in the macula, the central part of the retina, where it helps filter harsh light and reduce oxidative strain. Over time, this support can improve contrast, comfort, and visual clarity. It's not just about protection, it's about giving the eye what it needs to stay resilient. Now, your brain. Lutein doesn't stop at the eyes. It also travels into the brain, especially areas linked to memory, language, and focus. Studies following older adults have found that those with higher lutein levels tend to process information a little faster, stay attentive longer, and find words more easily in conversation. These changes may seem small, but they're meaningful and measurable. Kale also provides additional plant compounds that help calm inflammation in the brain. When inflammation builds quietly over time, thinking can feel slower and concentration becomes harder. By easing that internal stress, kale supports clearer communication between brain cells, gently, without forcing anything. Here's a simple, real-life example. A 70-year-old woman named Ruth didn't change her whole routine. She simply added kale a few times a week, mixed into eggs, blended into a smoothie, or served lightly steamed with dinner. Within a couple of months, she noticed more comfort with night vision, smoother, and fewer moments of mental pause. Even her eye checkup reflected healthier pigment levels, no medication changes, just food. If kale feels intimidating, start small. Blend it with banana or mango to soften the taste. Lightly steam it and finish with olive oil and lemon. That little bit of healthy fat matters, because lutein needs fat to be absorbed properly. Without it, your body can't fully use what you eat. Kale may look simple on your plate, but inside your body, it works quietly, supporting light-stressed eye tissue, calming brain inflammation, and helping you stay steady, clear, and confident over time. And this is only the beginning, because the next food often surprises people. It's sweet, familiar, and something many of us have enjoyed for years, without realizing how supportive it can be for our eyes. Corn has long been overlooked. It's usually seen as a simple side dish, or dismissed as just starch. But yellow corn naturally contains lutein in a form the body can absorb more easily, something that becomes increasingly important as we grow older. Lutein is a plant nutrient, and in corn it comes packaged in a way that makes it easier for the body to take in, especially when eaten with a small amount of healthy fat. This matters because after 60, digestion and nutrient absorption tend to slow. Once absorbed, lutein travels to the retina, particularly the macula, the part of the eye responsible for clear, central vision. Research following older adults has shown that those who regularly eat lutein-rich foods like corn tend to maintain stronger macular pigment and better contrast sensitivity. These abilities are essential for everyday tasks like reading, driving, and adjusting to dim or uneven lighting. Corn also supports the brain. Lutein doesn't stop at the eyes, it reaches areas of the brain linked to memory, language, and focus. Studies have found that seniors with higher lutein levels often show greater verbal confidence, steadier attention, and quicker recall, the kind of clarity built over a lifetime. What makes corn especially helpful is not just how much lutein it contains, but how well the body can use it. Research has shown that pairing corn with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado can significantly improve lutein absorption. For older adults, this ease of use makes a real difference, especially when digestion isn't as efficient as it once was. And unlike some bitter greens, corn is familiar and gentle. It's soft, easy to chew, and often more enjoyable for those with dental or digestive sensitivities. A small half-cup of cooked corn a few times a week may seem simple, but over time, that consistency helps nourish both your eyes and your brain. So don't underestimate it. Corn isn't empty or meaningless. It's practical, supportive, and quietly protective, helping maintain clearer vision and steadier focus as you age. Now let's talk about a food that many of us were once told to avoid: egg yolks. For years, they were blamed and feared. We were warned about cholesterol, and many seniors, especially those trying to be careful with their health, quietly removed them from their meals. But understanding has changed. What we know today is that egg yolks are actually one of the most effective natural sources of lutein, in a form the aging body can absorb and use with ease. Unlike leafy greens, where lutein needs to be broken down and paired with fat, egg yolks already contain both. This makes them a simple, complete delivery system. No extra steps. No special preparation. Just real food doing what it's meant to do. Studies following older adults have shown that even one whole egg per day can noticeably raise lutein levels without causing harmful changes in cholesterol for most people. This balance between healthy fats and lutein is what makes egg yolks so supportive for both eye and brain health. For your eyes, lutein from egg yolks helps strengthen the macular pigment, the part of the retina. Is what makes egg yolks so supportive for both eye and brain health. For your eyes, lutein from egg yolks helps strengthen the macular pigment, the part of the retina responsible for contrast, clarity, and visual comfort. As we age, this area becomes more sensitive, and steady nourishment helps maintain resilience. For your brain, lutein travels to areas involved in attention, organization, and mental flexibility. Higher intake has been linked with better focus and smoother thinking, the kind of sharpness that helps you stay engaged in conversations and confident in daily life. One woman in her early 70s had avoided egg yolks for decades. She gently added one softly cooked egg to her day. Over the following weeks, her reading became easier, her focus steadier, and her eye check showed healthier pigment levels. Nothing extreme, just quiet, steady improvement. Of course, one egg won't erase years of change. But regular inclusion, 5 to 6 yolks spread across the week, can help support what time slowly challenges. Scrambled, poached, or soft-boiled, the key is not to discard the yolk. That golden center isn't harmful. It's supportive. Along with lutein, egg yolks provide choline, vitamin A, and DHA, nutrients that help maintain the structure of brain cells and retinal tissue. And when combined with other lutein-rich foods like kale or corn, their benefits work together. This isn't about fear anymore. It's about understanding. Because when it comes to your vision, your focus, and your memory, that small yellow circle may be one of your quietest and strongest allies. Now let's look at something bright and often overlooked, a vegetable that adds color to your plate and quiet support to your eyes and brain. The orange bell pepper may seem simple, but inside, it holds one of the most protective nutrients for aging vision and mental clarity, lutein. Among all bell peppers, the orange variety stands out for its naturally higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. Even a single medium pepper provides a meaningful amount, more than many commonly cooked vegetables. What makes this especially helpful is how stable and usable this lutein is. It doesn't require heavy cooking or complicated preparation, which means even fresh, raw slices can nourish the body effectively. Once absorbed, lutein supports two key areas, the retina and the brain. In the eyes, it helps strengthen the macular pigment, which is essential for clear central vision and comfort in bright or low-light conditions. Research has shown that stronger macular pigment is linked with better visual processing and less glare sensitivity in older adults. In the brain, lutein supports efficiency. It gathers in areas involved in focus and visual processing, helping the brain work with less effort. For many seniors, this can feel like steadier attention, quicker mental responses, and less fatigue during reading or conversation. Orange bell peppers also bring vitamin C, which supports nerve cells and helps protect against everyday oxidative stress. Together, this combination gently supports both eye tissue and cognitive function. Another advantage is ease. Bell peppers are mild, easy to chew, and gentle on digestion. They can be eaten raw, lightly sautéed, or roasted with a small drizzle of olive oil. Their natural sweetness makes them enjoyable even when appetite is lower. Including half an orange bell pepper a few times a week can help build lutein levels gradually. Over time, this steady nourishment supports clearer vision, sharper focus, and helps slow the quiet fading that many people associate with aging. Now that you know which foods support lutein, let's talk about how to use them, simply and gently. Because what truly matters isn't what you eat once, but what you include regularly, without stress or perfection. Think of this as a rhythm, not a diet. Now that you know which foods support lutein, let's talk about how to use them, simply and gently. Because what truly matters isn't what you eat once, but what you include regularly, without stress or perfection. Think of this as a rhythm, not a diet. Start with dinner. Lightly sauté a small handful of chopped kale in olive oil with a touch of garlic. It softens quickly, blends easily with most meals, and the oil helps your body absorb the lutein. Add half an orange bell pepper, lightly cooked or fresh, for sweetness, color, and extra support for your eyes. For protein, include one softly cooked egg. Poached, soft-boiled, or gently scrambled, the yolk is what matters. It already contains the fat needed to help your body use lutein efficiently. If you like a small evening bite, half a cup of cooked corn can be comforting and easy to digest. Pair it with a little avocado or plain yogurt to support absorption. You don't need all 4 foods every night. Even rotating 2 or 3 throughout the week can slowly rebuild lutein stores. Over time, your body uses that supply to support the tissue behind your eyes, steady your attention, and bring back a sense of clarity. Some people find it helpful to prepare once a week, boil eggs ahead of time, wash and chop greens, keep corn ready in the freezer, peppers in the fridge. When food is easy to reach, it's easier to care for yourself. This isn't a cure, and it doesn't promise perfection. It's simply a choice, a quiet one, to nourish the systems that carry your vision, your thoughts, and your memories. You've spent a lifetime seeing the world. Supporting your body now is a gentle way of helping it continue. Let's end with something that isn't really about food, it's about you. Because this journey was never only physical. It's personal. It's about how you feel when you wake up, how present you feel in conversations, how clearly you still want to see and remember the world around you. Growing older does not mean fading away. Not in your eyes. Not in your thoughts. Not in the way you matter. Your body is still listening. Your brain still responds. Your eyes still have the ability to strengthen and renew, when you give them what they quietly need. We don't need extreme diets. We don't need miracle pills. What truly makes a difference is rhythm, small, steady signals that say, I still care about my clarity. I still want to stay present. I still choose myself. That rhythm can be simple. A softly cooked egg. A small serving of kale with olive oil. A few sweet slices of orange bell pepper. A comforting half cup of corn with a little healthy fat. Just everyday foods. Quietly supporting the two systems that carry your vision and your memory, the story of who you are. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to begin. Because no matter your age, your body still knows how to respond. Not instantly. Not all at once. But gently and steadily, like life returning to a garden after winter. If you stayed until the end, thank you. Truly. It tells me you haven't given up on yourself. And I want you to know, you're not alone in this. There is still time. There is still strength in your choices. And there is still so much life left to see, to remember, and to feel. If this video helped you, even a little, I'd be grateful if you liked it, shared it with someone you care about, or left a comment. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs to begin. And if you'd like more gentle guidance like this, don't forget to subscribe to Vital Health. This channel is here to walk with you, honestly, calmly, and always with hope.